I found on the internet, I get lots of little gems which I keep, and I'm reading old Anglo-Saxon documents and things, and I found a 13th century piece of writing about a cognate of elves called Eluna. And that's a kind of Gloucestershire cognate that was around, and it's only a short piece of writing. So on the basis of that description of the Eluna, an elf, I wrote this. They dwell stealthily in some hidden place. Did they come hither to cleave me apart, O Wotan, as thou hanged upon the tree? Were they sent thither to beguile my heart? Unknowingly, I may them encounter by day in woods and in rolling meadows, for nor in nothing nor in things will they dwell by night upon high hills' soft shadows. And often they come to my settlement, that in a mossy bed they may thee quell. By my troth those wights affect me oft, yet methinks I am under their spell. Perhaps on some shadowy, ghostly path play a great company of women wild, heathen spirits Eluna dance and play. I pray thee, let me not be so beguiled. Or have fairies led me into the wood, or along some lonesome brook and stream? Why then methinks I am ready to wake, could they entreat me still, when I doth dream. Or sometimes when the mist is hanging thin, at twilight where things are not what they seem, or when a falsehood in my eye be seen, when no man or beast can hear me scream. Yeah. Yeah, so and I'm sure there must be another one I could maybe follow it. Oh yes, something completely different, which I've been dying to do for a long time. This is half poem and half prose, and the idea is, there's so much PC around now that you wonder what you can and can't say. So I thought, well, how would one poet chat up another poet? So I called this Posity Chat Up. I saw this really great looking poet the other day, and I thought, wow, how can I get to know her? She was great. So I went over to her and made eye contact, being careful not to look down at her posity, and said, do you believe in spontaneous iambic pentameter at first draft? She gave me a carefully crafted answer, which led me on. I replied, I love how your enjambment leads me on. The start of your next line is hence foregone. She let me have a sip of her tea, as if to suggest a desire to share. What two big rounded syllables have you? I said, admiring her oolong brew. I continued, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. And we hurriedly passed manuscripts across the sumptuous table. Such ample, tempting caesures, and such perfectly beguiling stanzas. I can see you're a cool cat with a great heptameter, and I simply love your iambic pentameter. I've lost my place. All right. I felt that I was having some effect. Your stanzas moved me with those metrical feet, and your tetrameter is very neat. Then I noticed an extra syllable. Never seen pentameter like this before. You hendecasyllabically slipped me one more, wondering what she meant by this extra insertion. I said, with a meter like that, you will go far. Would you like to see how long my line is? Well, she went as far as my side of the table. Seizing the moment, I said, shall we jam? Shall we slam? I drew out my ballpoint and showed her my line. She grabbed hold of my pen and extended my line. I pulled it back, thrust it down again. Some more words flowed. She took it and again extended my line. Back, thrust, extend. Back, thrust, extend. Back, thrust, extend. Her creative juices were flowing. I could see it was time to bring the stanza to a climax. So I shot her a loaded iambic pentameter, followed by a full stop. We decided to do it again next week in front of a full audience.
That's brilliant. That's great.
Oh.
It's very, very
I thought it was a good one
naughty.
to end on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really fun. You got so many of those terms in.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I really went to town on that one.
Excellent. Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Interestingly, the first time I performed that poem, it was only about 2/3 of the length. And in the break, in the interval, people came up to me and said, that was really great, but it needs to be longer. So I blew it out more.
So you've made it longer since then?
I made it longer, yeah. So
It
this
is really long. You can't believe it. You're like, wow. And then you keep... Oh, very good.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's a cheeky number.
Great chat up lines in that, Andrew.
There are lots of great chat up lines, yes. My favourite one is, do you believe in spontaneous iambic pentameter?
Yeah.
But I suppose writing poetry is similar to writing song lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know the band Squeeze?
I should do, but I can't recall their music.
Well, Squeeze are a band from South London.
Mm.
They weren't really punk, but they came out of the punk era.
Up the junction.
And they kind of had loads of hits. I'm sure you'd know. But they managed to fit the word incubator into a lyric, which I thought was quite good.
Yeah.
Up the Junction, that's a great song, isn't it? I remember that one.
I think that's the one that's got incubator in.
It might do. It's a story. It's a story, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Can you name somebody who's in the Squeeze? Like, who was the
Chris
main...
Difford.
He's
still going.
It's Chris Difford, Glenn Tilbrook. Jules Holland was originally in Squeeze.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And we've seen them play on Blackheath. We used to get free tickets for that 2-day festival on Blackheath. That was brilliant. That was like, but you get out and you can get a bus home. But you're like, well, it's lovely Blackheath, isn't it? And they just cool.